Hey, what's up? It's Mike. I'm back with another Speargun review video on a very special Speargun, I think, today. This is the Interceptor Carbon 110. This is my personal gun. Have a lot of experience with this thing now over the last few seasons, diving locally in our backyard, to multiple domestic trips and international trips as well. This has basically become an extension of my arm. Can't see myself not shooting it anymore. Probably overall, basically, and you can tell whenever you see this in person and handle it, and especially shoot it, one of the, if not the best executed, designed, engineered, updated spear guns that's ever been made. I can't say enough good things about them. You know, as a company, they're just, you know, obsessed with every little detail, and they continue to update. You know, so as something needs to be changed on their gun, they do it. They change it. You know, they're not stuck in their ways, and I really appreciate that from a Speargun company. They're based out of Slovenia, by the way. I don't think I mentioned that. They make some good spear guns out there. So overview of this gun, basically it's a monoblock carbon, multi-piece, cool multi-piece mold. You know, this has a 3D honeycomb structure on the inside that makes it extremely rigid, extremely strong, like every direction, and then the carbon 3D structure over top of it. The biggest feature of this gun that stands out to the eye when you first see it is, I think initially, how deep the body is recessed in here. This gun, especially when it's loaded, just fully encompasses the bands. It totally eliminates any vibration, cavitation on the bands, you know, when you're in a lot of current, or you're swinging it side to side, you're tracking a fish or anything like that. You know, that's an issue on traditional band, you know, guns, but especially on roller guns, it's not an issue at all on this gun. I have personally found that it also increases the life expectancy too of your bands and your rigging and everything. I've had, you know, no issues whatsoever of sticking this thing deep into wrecks and reefs and, you know, banging it in the side of oil rigs and stuff like that. This design seems to protect everything very well too. This is, like I said, this is the 110 carbon, but the overall footprint of this thing is very small, especially for its capability. This is the overall size of a 100 centimeter railgun, and unbelievable amount of versatility in this gun right here. So this one right here is currently set up with their optimized, like their fully optimized, you know, kind of reef setup. This is probably the most versatile setup you could pick, I think. This comes with a set of 20 millimeter pre-tension bands and then 2 pairs of 18 millimeter direct load bands, and that is paired with an 8 millimeter by 130 shaft. Very short overhang, a lot of power, a lot of versatility. You know, a lot of people have said, you know, compared the shot of this thing is more to a rifle, you know, more like a rifle than your typical spear when it exits a spear gun. This thing is fast. It is a gnarly shooting gun, still extremely accurate. Comfortably take everything from mangrove snapper all the way up to wahoo and small to medium tuna with this. You can have this configured by them, you know, from the factory, to different band and shaft configurations. I would recommend, and I think the best option is what they call their modular blue water band configuration, and it's just as simply the ability to add and remove a single or an additional, you know, 2 bands to go from reef to blue water just instantly with your same rigging, your same pulleys, your same shaft setup and everything. This gun can definitely take all that power and that load. It's pretty awesome. So I'll go ahead and get into all the details of the gun. I'll work my way from the back and go forward. And then if you guys have any questions about this gun, drop them in the comments, give us a call, shoot us an email, socials, whatever it is. We'll be happy to answer. Starting at the back, rubber loading butt and rubber grip. These, on the very first ones that came out, these were more of like a hard plastic. This is one of the upgrades now. a good hard rubber. You know, it's not hard plastic. It's not really like too soft where like the grip is going to move in your hand on a shot or anything like that. Very, very durable rubber butt, keeps it from sliding along on the deck of the boat when you're trying to lean it up or anything like that. Works very well. In the loading butt here, you'll see these two stainless screws. Those are filling and covering metal inserts. That is for their carbon GoPro bracket. So I'm not using it, so it's nice to just kind of cap those. I have a Spectra loop here, you know, made through the butt of the gun. On the newest generation, that there is a metal ring on the end of the handle here, so this wouldn't be there. The trigger guard, full carbon fiber. The direct load band loading location is actually one of the pins on the trigger mech, so it comes all the way back to where your hand's at, so making full use of the real estate of the gun. Trigger mechanism is a Blue Tech roller trigger mechanism. You can switch the line release either side you want to. I have not had any experience actually with this trigger mech before this gun. And I had no issues with this trigger whatsoever. It's been fantastic. It's worked great, no issues. Love it. I'll move up to the reel. This is one of Interceptor's own reels, and I believe they're about to come out with like the finalized newest generation of this, their own reel. It is a high capacity vertical reel. You can extend, retract the handle to reel it back in, and this is a constant drag setting, right? So just lefty-loosey, righty-tighty, you set it, and that's where it stays. It's not a free spool or anything like that. That reel is mounted partially to, on this version, partially to into the carbon body, and then partially into the direct load band blocks here. The newest version of this gun is this block right here of direct load location. This is composite, but on the newest one, it's just all carbon fiber. It's all a single part of the carbon body. It's beautifully done. So that gets right to it. These hooks, there's two of these direct load slots in here, so fits these two bands perfectly. But then also, whenever you go to multiple bands, like when you go to the modular blue water setup, what you'll start seeing is you'll get combinations of these of your regular band and then a wishbone band, so that you can load both of them onto the same slot, and it fits no problem. I'll go ahead and move forward. Obviously, we covered the slots of the body of the gun. Their pulleys would be next. These are their Interceptor's own blocks that they've made. So originally, when these came out, they were using Harken blocks, the little micro blocks, but they were having to take those apart and gut them and reassemble them with their own custom components in there, so they could take basically all the power and the speed of these things. They're now making their own. They are substantially smaller. They're beautifully well done little blocks. They're very, very, very nice. The Spectra rigging that they're using, gosh, it's really, really strong, very durable material. I've never had to replace this. I have replaced these just to freshen up the gun, do regular maintenance and stuff like that, but I've never had to replace these because they were getting ready to fail or anything. These will easily last you a season or two, and when you order one of these guns, they come with a replacement of your Spectra, your rigging line, just in case, so you have that. It's going to show you some of the details of this gun on that Spectra rigging. Some of the time that they put into this is you can see here how your rigging line is anchored on the muzzle up here, and it's a back splice and locked loop here that just attaches to a little hook on the muzzle. It makes taking this off, pulling through if you need to change this out, if you want to change out your band setups or anything like that, it just makes it takes seconds. It's a very, very easy and very well thought out little detail. Another part of the Spectra rigging, at the wishbone up here, is they've had their own little stopper beads made. It's a very good material. I've never had one fail, crack, or anything, or get eaten up or anything like that. Very, very durable material that gets stopped hard onto this titanium, muzzle plate that they have. And they're using, I think these are, don't come after me too bad if I'm wrong about this, but like an Irish ball stopper knot, if I'm not mistaken, something like that. Takes a lot of time, to tie these, especially to get the distance, in between the two correct, to have for your main wishbone. And then they tie a secondary loop onto that wishbone, and that loop is what you would load directly onto your shark fin. This is very, very, very nice. This is, gosh, this makes a big difference, and I've actually rigged other inverters myself and other people's with this secondary loop after having this set up from Interceptor, because it's very nice. You're not wearing your main line. So if your shark fins, start to wear on this little loop, you can just cut this off and you can retie a fresh new loop on here without having to redo all your rigging. It also seems to just let the shaft release more freely and more naturally at the muzzle, and it also makes sure you're loading it and directly evenly. So everything is even and lined up. You're not loading off to one side or the other and having like an uneven amount of power delivery. So, gosh, just a lot of detail, put into little things like that. I'm up here at the muzzle. You can see this is a monolithic big component of machined titanium. So this is it's a beautifully well done chunk of titanium. It's ambidextrous. You can wrap either direction, and all the screws and all the hardware up here is very easily removable. So you can pull this whole thing apart and service it and maintain it if you need to. I've done it a couple times, haven't needed to, but just to kind of make sure it's all cleaned out. This is it's actually a two-piece muzzle. So the secondary piece right here is actually a composite material. This is, they told me they made it out of the second material because they wanted it to absorb vibration better. And it does a great job. The muzzle also features a line guide hole right here in the bottom. So if you want to guide your reel line along underneath the bands and through the muzzle, you can go through there. And then it also includes like basically a cavity here where you can load your flopper into, and then that's what holds the shaft down onto the muzzle of the gun, as opposed to just having to wrap over your shaft with your shooting line. I'm old school. I still go over the muzzle with my shooting line. I like it that way. But that is a cool feature and an option for people that don't want to have to do that. I'll go ahead and unload and kind of load this for you here. This very, very easy setup. The way I have this gun rigged up is the way I recommend basically all rollers get set up when you're setting it up with a reel. This gun is so versatile. Like I said, you can go from the reef to blue water with this exact same configuration, or just adding one band to your existing block. So if you want to, basically we have this set up for a little quick disconnect slip knot here, tied into your shooting line. Disconnect that, stow that, clip in a float line. You're set up for breakaway, ready to roll. So this is a Hawaiian breakaway style, little bungee coming back here to your line release. I have this currently set up for 1 wrap, so it's a 1.5 wrap since you come back for the breakaway. I have that set up because I specifically wanted less range, because I was shooting around a whole bunch of structure, for our red snapper season and stuff like that. I usually will have this set up for 2 wraps, so you get 2.5 wraps, and this gun will stretch that out. It has all that range. So set it up how you want to, and for your hunting style. Another great thing about these bands here, this is what I really like to do with these guns, is just go ahead and even when the gun is unloaded, just go ahead and load these bands into their corresponding notches. It's just nice. You can hand this gun up then to your buddy on the boat, and bands aren't snagging and tangling on other spear guns or anything like that. It's just keeps it nice and streamlined, everything's protected and out of the way. The shaft right here, it's pretty straightforward. So basically, you're going to load this just like you would any other spear gun. shooting line. So here, actually, at the muzzle, right? So your flopper. So if I was going to use that feature right here, I would just take that flopper and lock it in right there into the muzzle, and now I can just go straight down the line release. I don't, you know, I wouldn't have to wrap over the shaft or anything. Except I don't do that. I let this thing hang free. So I'll lock it in. Come to the inside of your wishbone here, to the inside of one of those pins on the muzzle, and you wrap over it. You gotta do a spin around it, then over the shaft, then down the channel. And this muzzle is just shaped perfectly to kind of accept the line without any hang-ups or anything. Come down to line release, back up to the muzzle, and then your Hawaiian breakaway bungee, back to your line release. And now if I want to, I can just quick disconnect this reel line, stow that, tie it off any way I want to, clip my reel line in there, and now I'm ready for breakaway blue water. You know, if we're reef hunting sometimes and we just decide like, hey, we're gonna push out a little further and go look for wahoo or something like that. Or if we're running, we find a weed line or we find a tree floating or something like that, I can just easily switch between configurations. It's that versatile. These guns are not cheap. These are definitely, like I said, these are one of the best made, best designed spear guns in history. So you get every penny that you pay for these things. If they come with a gun case, a hard, like a rifle case for this thing. So this, for traveling, this is the easiest thing in the world to travel with. You can have multiple band, you know, your blue water modular band configuration, multiple shafts, your gun, and one little rifle case. It fits perfectly. Very lightweight, very easy to travel with anywhere. Again, like I said, these are from Slovenia. Shipping is extremely fast. It's taken anywhere from like 30 to 45 days typically, whenever you from when you order the gun to have these ready to ship. You can order directly from Interceptor, or you can go ahead and order from us as well. We take care of all the customs and the duties and all that kind of stuff is taken care of, so there's no drama there on your end. If you have any questions, feel free to hit us up about the gun. If you want to see any more detailed pictures, or you want to come in the store and hold one, you want to come out in the boat with us and you want to shoot one or jump in the pool and test fire it, let us know. We'd love to have you. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments, the socials, all that kind of stuff. Let us know. Thank you.